Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy GZTV back with another video, and I figured I would get this out to you guys as soon as possible. We have the 12th episode of the second season of The Sopranos, obviously the HBO original. This is a show we've been watching on the channel for quite some time now, and I just wanted to kind of get this video out so I could worry about some other things for the day. I got some homework, so I just kind of wanted to get this going. So yeah, obviously we're going to talk about what happened. This is one of the craziest episodes of the entire series just because of one scene. It's not like everything was just insane. Here, it's just this one scene right here we are about to talk about is ridiculous. Like, we actually have a lot of stuff to talk about. This thing won awards. Yeah, there's a lot of important stuff. So, yeah, Pussy turns against Tony, resenting the way he has been treated, and begins to behave like an FBI agent. He begins to cooperate with the FBI, and he's looking to take out Tony and get him framed and all this stuff. Or not framed, like he actually did it. He's pretty much going to snitch on him and take plea deals, take all that stuff, try to, like, shave down his sentence. So, Christopher and an associate are planning to hijack a shipment of Pokemon cards. Again, just finding a bunch of different businesses, kind of diversifying their organized crime just so they can't get found so easily. Or they can't get caught. So, Pussy spends the night trailing them, and in the morning, sleepy, crashes into another car, injuring his knee and knocking down a cyclist. Not a good look for Pussy. I mean, while he's trying to help the FBI, it kind of turns on him. It kind of has these consequences. So it's kind of unfortunate for him, but shit happens, I guess, man. I don't know. So Skip Lipari gets him out of trouble, but angrily rebukes him. His duty is only to collect evidence against Tony Soprano, not like full on take action, not full on like scout them out and ruin their operations and report them to the authorities. Like, you're supposed to just get evidence. You were supposed to get airline tickets, you were supposed to get intel on all sorts of different stuff, and now he's out here trying to, like, actually catch them doing things that he knows is happening. So, yeah, obviously, he put that cyclist in a coma doing that. Like, that was bad, and it really teaches Pussy a lesson. Like, you shouldn't be doing FBI work. This isn't your field, this isn't your expertise, any of that. So, yeah, Richie is penalized by Tony because he is still selling cocaine on his garbage routes, but for Junior, the income from cocaine is his lifeline. This is what he's living off of. This is the money he's making. He's not out on the streets, making money any other way, so he needs this cocaine to make a little bit of bread, like, it's super understandable. But again, Tony just can't let it happen. It obviously looks terrible for them. It's like, why would you do this? So Richie suggests having Tony killed and says he can muster support from other dissatisfied crews. Like, there's other people that kind of have grievances towards Tony, and he figures he could get them together and go out and against Tony and, again, try to kill him, just like what happened last season. Like, no, dude, it just doesn't make sense. Junior permits him to raise the matter with Capo Albert Ali Boy Baris, who is not persuaded. He's like, no, we cannot do this against Tony. He's the boss. He's been running shit for us for a little while. He's been in the mafia for years. He has been a true guy, So, yeah, like, it's just foolish to do such a thing. It's a betrayal. Like, you don't go against what he says. So, alone, Junior thinks it over. He calculates that Richie, failing to sell the plan to Albert, is not respected. He, Junior, is better off with Tony. Like, he kind of comes to this realization. He's like, okay, I just need to go back to Tony and go against Richie because this is just not working out. He tips Tony off, and Tony starts planning a hit on Richie with Silvio. So, it looks like someone beats him to it, and we will get to that here in a short moment. So, Richie and Janice spend a quarrelsome evening at home. They're having fights. They're having a lot of disagreements with each other. Obviously, like, normal engaged couple stuff. Now they are engaged. She tells him that Tony does not want his children near him because of what he did to Beansy. Like, he's a bad influence. He's a bad person. He lashes out. He's a super radical, super, like, impulsive person, and that's just not the guy that Tony wants his kids to be around. And it's super understandable. I'm completely on Tony's side with this one. Normally, I wouldn't support Tony in some of the stuff he does. Not normally, but sometimes I wouldn't support him in certain things. But here I'm like, yeah, keep your kids away from him. So Richie expresses disgust at the presumed homosexuality of his son, who is a dancer. Janice contradicts him, and he silences her with a punch to the mouth. Obviously, back then, domestic violence was a lot more of an issue. Maybe not than it is today. I don't know. But at the time, I mean, people didn't watch this for like, wow, how dare you hit a woman? You can't do that on TV anymore. Like, matter of fact, you can't do shit on TV anymore. Which is like kind of the art of the show, kind of going back in a time capsule and like watching things that are acceptable in that era. But I'm not saying it's a good thing, but like showing it on television is like sometimes you need that genuine. And this leads one thing to another, and she goes out of the room, comes back with a gun, shoots Richie once in the chest, and kills him with a second shot to the head. It's unbelievable. Like, I never would have thought this. I thought, like, she pointed the gun and was like, okay, she's just going to, like, threaten him and kind of defuse the situation and show him who's boss, maybe, like, teach him a little bit of a lesson. But no, she pulls the trigger. She puts 2 caps in this man and kills him. Like, it's not a joke. So in a panic, she just doesn't realize the gravity of what she has done. She phones Tony, who finds her crying over the body, and he like peeks around the corner. He brings a gun because she's super panicked, and he's getting panicked as well. He's like, what the hell happened to my sister? You know, usually she doesn't call on me and rely on me for stuff like this, for bad things. So he's seeing over the body, and he's like, whoa. He's like, what? You know. So he calls Chris and Furio to dispose of the body. Like, this is the most nonchalant thing ever. But he doesn't like Richie. You know, maybe she did him a bit of a favor. They dismember it with the meat-cutting equipment of Satrials, which is fucking gross. That's nasty that they would do that. I don't agree with doing that. That was crazy. So, in the morning, Tony encounters Olivia, in whose house Richie and Janice were staying. For the first time since her stroke, they're kind of keeping her over there for some hospitalization and kind of helping her out. So Tony explains that Richie has left. Olivia smiles at distraught Janice and says she knew it wouldn't last. She knew he would leave without a trace, but that's obviously not what happened. She ended things with him. He didn't end things with her, which is kind of a funny, like, kind of ironic moment in the episode. The mother and son exchange hurtful recriminations. Like, Tony is like, this is like, what chance did she stand with you as a mother? Like, what did you do to help her? All you did was call her fat, undermine her, say all these cruel things, you know. On his way out, Tony stumbles down the stoop and falls on the front walk, which instantly changes Olivia's crying into soft laughter. That's just such a funny thing, and it's like, honestly, her character gets annoying at sometimes, but it's something about her character at the same time that you kind of grow to appreciate. I think it's really funny, like, how she just suddenly laughs, like, out of a cry, like, only her character would do that. But Janice returns to Seattle. She takes the bus. She's out of there. She's leaving without a trace. She doesn't want to obviously get caught for murder, and Tony doesn't allow that to happen, being a part of the mafia. So Carmela contrives a meeting with Victor. Victor obviously doesn't want to do this because he feels like she's cheating against her mob boss husband, and this isn't good. So she says that one day she might be free, and as she leaves, kisses him lightly on the cheek. Victor's greatly relieved when she has gone. He's like, okay, finally. I don't have to deal with this girl anymore. Like, I don't want to deal with the things that come with that. The territory, you know? So loading the washing machine, Carmela smells Irina's perfume on Tony's clothes. But he has had enough of Irina and breaks up with her. In response, Irina attempts suicide with vodka and pills. I'm just going to kind of go over this storyline quickly because I don't really have that much time. To get his attention with the sleeping pills, he goes to the hospital and comforts her. He then sends Sylvia with a parting gift of $75,000. Man, they like just paying off their responsibilities, don't they? Irina's cousin, Svetlana Karolenko, urges her to accept it. Like, yeah, take the money, you need it to get a jump start on your life, you know? Yeah, Svetlana Karolenko, that's the first time she's been on the show. The cousin of Irina, Albert Reese made an appearance, Jackie Aprile Jr. So we're starting to meet some of these characters' families. Yeah, Richie Aprile. That was crazy, man. But yeah, I don't really have much to say. I'm not gonna lie. I gotta wrap this up. I know I talked in depth about the first parts and kind of just wrap this up abruptly. But I'm gonna start working on some homework, doing all sorts of stuff. I gotta get some other content rolling out today. I don't have too much time to dwell on other stuff. Channel's been a little slow lately. I'm kind of disappointed in how my content did this weekend, but it's alright, man. You know, I do it for the fun. I'm never going to get upset at views, but yeah. Leave a like, comment, subscribe. As always, it has been your boy GZTV, covering your favorite TV shows out there. Hopefully you enjoyed. This episode was amazing. Yeah, hopefully, I mean, if anyone's watching along with me, I appreciate